Gotta tell
All right, so it is recording right now, but the show is not started. Obviously, I will open the show formally. Ooh.
Huh?
Sit up straight.
He said it ain't started yet.
That's true. That's not started yet. Once we get it started, I'll do a short
Right.
countdown.
Hey, I do this.
You know,
I
hello
do
everybody.
this.
Welcome to the show. It'll be you'll know it started. You'll know it started.
I do this. You just sit there, little crew. You just. I accept and I received. I appreciate you.
All right. You ready?
Always ready.
All right. So I might not be ready. So normally it take me maybe like 2 or 3 times of opening the show before I actually get it. So bear with me. Okay, so all right, everybody, welcome, please. Ghost 314.
You got it.
Okay. Okay. All right. In my mind, I feel like I know what I'm saying. All right.
You got this.
All right. You ready?
Oh, yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello out there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Please Advise, which I hope is becoming one of your favorite advice channels. Today, I have with me one of St. Louis's fastest rising, hottest rap stars, Mr. Ghost 314.
Oh! St. Louis world, what up, man? It's your own boy Ghost 314, and I'm here to please advise y'all how we doing this thing with the homeboy Nook, man. We in here and we in the building, man. So make sure you lock loaded for this entire interview, man. We here.
I appreciate it. You know what? That is the best thing you could have done, was taking all that from me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can already tell it's gonna be a good conversation.
Oh, we gonna kick it, Nook. We gonna kick it, bro. We gonna kick it.
All right, so just like I start with everybody else, I'm gonna start it the same way with you. Ghost 314.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I mean, I've been doing this music thing for a long time. So back when I first started, my name was Young Ghost, and then just as I got older and went, progressed through life and the journey of life, I dropped off the young, and then it was, everybody was just calling me Ghost. And then when I came, I was in the penitentiary for a long time, so when I came home and started getting to it and started getting some recognition from people, it was kind of like, damn, bro, like everything you touch, it's like you like the X factor on it, like you just turn it up. And I'm always known for repping the city, repping the town, calling birds, 314s. So it's like, that's where it came from, the Ghost, which is my name, and then the X, people call me the X Factor.
Okay.
And then 314, because I rep my city and rep it proud.
Well, there you go. Listen, I thought I was gonna have some more questions after that.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, broke it down so well. Ain't even nothing more I can say about that. So speaking of Ghost 314, are you originally from STL?
Originally from St. Louis, born, bred, and fed. I'm a Ferguson boy through and through. Rest in peace, Mike Brown. I can't never mention my neighborhood without rest in peace, Mike Brown.
I appreciate that. I think you probably the first one that is the first guest that I've had from the Ferguson area, but I do definitely appreciate that shout out. It's important sometimes that we remember things like that.
Yeah, you gotta remember where you came from. You gotta remember what people that look like you fought for. You gotta remember what people that look like you died for. And I don't give a damn whether Darren Wilson was found not guilty or not. The man was wrong. So me being a Ferguson native, me being a man of color, I'm definitely gonna always represent, the fact that this young brother's life was senselessly just taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn if he allegedly took a pack of cookies or gum or whatever. That man was unarmed when you approached him and he ended up dead. So I'm from Ferguson, so out of my mouth you're gonna forever hear rest in peace, Mike Brown.
Appreciate it.
Ain't no other way around it with me.
As it should be.
Yeah.
So did you grow up your whole life in Ferguson, or?
Yeah, born and raised in Ferguson. Been in Ferguson pretty much my whole life. Went to school at Hazelwood. Went to Clayton for a couple of years. Like, I kicked out of there and then came back to Hazelwood. Graduated from Hazelwood Central. Shout out to my fellow Hawks, black and gold. We fly high. and shit. It's been St. Louis for me all day, bro. Like, I spent a few years in California, a couple of years in Kansas, and then some more years in that Kansas penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Then came home and shit. I'm back to my stomping grounds, and I'm back here to flip this motherfucker city upside down.
I see you.
Ain't no way around. Ain't no pump faking. I ain't no quarterback, so we ain't doing no pump faking. I'm here to get these rap niggas the blues.
Let's go.
Simple.
Let's go. Okay, so you said a whole lot right there, but I want to break that down just a little bit. So I'm gonna start back with the high school years. So you said you went to, I think you said Hazelwood, and then Clayton for a little while.
Yeah.
So what was high school like for you? Like, what kind of student was Young Ghost, I guess, at this point?
Let's just say, I was that kid that sat the loud mouth that was on the back of the bus in that one seater.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it was always that little one half seat in the back.
And I was always the last one on the bus, but hey, that's be long.
But that's your seat.
I was that kid. Always kicked out of class, but one of the smartest kids in the room. Almost got expelled senior year, about a month and a half before graduation. Had to take correspondence course at the graduate. I was him. You know what I'm saying? I was him.
All right, so what was I gonna say? Okay, so but you did graduate from high school.
I did. I found out actually. I think rehearsal was on like a Wednesday, and I found out Tuesday afternoon that I was actually gonna get the walk.
Okay, and that was from Hazelwood, or was that from Clayton?
Hazelwood Central, class 02.
Okay. So what happened after high school? Like, where did Young Ghost go then?
After high school, I found my way to California. Well, actually, I stayed here for a few more years. Started college at Hearthstone, and then I got to a point where I was like, "Hey, I want to do this music for real, full time." Dropped out of college, moved to California maybe a year or two after that, and just kind of would, come back and forth from Cali, to here, and just did what I could, whether it was music, acting auditions, modeling auditions, TV roles, whatever. I'm just trying to get on in the land of opportunity. My daughter's mom, well, my girlfriend at the time, she got pregnant with our daughter. Okay. And then, reality hits. Yeah, reality hits, man. I can keep chasing this dream, or I could, do what I need to do for my baby. I chose the latter of the two, gave up, slowed down on the music a little bit and did what the priority was. We moved to Kansas, and things got a little rough, and shit, I did what I ain't gonna say was ingrained in me to do, but the type of nigga I am, period, what I ended up doing. And I caught some armed robberies and caught a kidnapping and had to go away and sit down for 10. And now I'm back, and once again, giving you rap niggas the blues, straight up.
Yeah, it's your time. It's your time.
I think so too. I think so too, homie.
It's definitely your time. So because I when I ask questions, I don't ask questions in order. As I hear stuff, I jump back and forth. So just be prepared for that.
Let's jump.
So when did you first get into music? I guess I ain't even gonna say when did you first release your song, because that probably came a little later. But when did you first know that, you know what, I think I could rap, and I think I wanna maybe be a rapper?
I think I can rap and want to be. I was probably 13, 12 or 13.
Okay.
At the age of 9, though, is when I remember starting to become fascinated with, I ain't gonna necessarily say the lifestyle, but just the entertainment aspect. I remember watching Flavor Flav on one of his songs back then that was popular, and just watching him just be a goofball and on camera, and people loving him to death. He's got money, he's got women, he's got cars, he's got a big house, and he's just being him while somebody films a camera. Yeah, he's rapping, but the stuff to me, even at the time that he's rapping about, it wasn't nothing, to me. So I had the mentality then, what if I could do everything that he's doing, be goofy, be me, but the stuff that come out my mouth is even better. And then, a couple of years later, when I for real start putting my own stuff together, a lyricist was born, and I started it with, a mentality from the first time I put a pen or a pencil to a piece of paper that I wanted to be better than who gave me that light, which was Flavor Flav. He's not a lyricist, he's not a lyrical dude, but I want to be, because that would make me better than him. So from that point, very first time I touched it on there, I'm thinking I want to be a lyricist. I want to do lyrics. I want bars. I don't want this Rudy Poo ass shit.
So So I want to unpack that a little bit too.
Okay.
So when you say Rudy Poo, and you ain't gotta say nobody's name.
Yeah.
But what's a example to you of, I guess, what's a Rudy Poo song?
I won't necessarily say a song because
Okay.
I can't think of a song,
Okay.
but I'll just say like more, like how you've heard the term mumble rappers.
Yes.
Or like those would be like what I would consider Rudy Poo. Like you ain't really talking about nothing. What you doing is not taking any real technical skill, ability. You're not really doing anything to further your craft or your gift. You know what I'm saying? It's like, into somebody that really studies poetry. I study stanzas. I know what similes are. I know what assimilation is. I know what metaphors are. I know what haikus are. 575. Yeah. I know syllable counts on different, you know what I'm saying, type of poetry. Half of these dudes don't. So to somebody like me that really is precise and is, you know, uses extreme precision about this, to somebody like me, you in the way, homie. You in the way. Cause like, yeah, you might be at this position, but if you wasn't at that position and we was both in the booth and somebody hit record, you're not gonna do what I can do. So move. And if you don't want to move, well, I'm here to where everything that I touch musically, you're gonna have no choice but to move. You're gonna have no choice
because you're in the way.
Because you in the way. What just like the Bible say, was done in the dark gonna come to the light. If you're not a for real rapper, you're not a for real artist, and it's not really in here, it's gonna be niggas like me that's for real artists. We finna come eat your ass. We finna come eat your ass and kick you up out the jungle. Simple. So I mean that's how I move with this shit. Look, like I want it all, bro, and I'm not finna take no losses. I'm not taking no shorts. I done took enough of them.
The passion. I've talked to several people at this point, and you know, everybody is passionate. Let me make sure I say that everybody is passionate, but for you, it is different. It's different. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say you more authentic than nobody else, but what I can say is the passion. I'm gonna put that right there.
Yeah. Like when you hear the term eat, breathe, you know, shit, something.
Yeah.
Like I do that for real. If I'm eating, I'm humming a melody. If, you know, I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about doing a show or the next show. If I'm taking a shit, you know, I'm sitting there tapping my foot to a certain rhythm. And then after a while, them taps turn into a melody in my head while I'm on the shitter trying to reach back for the toilet tissue. like everything I do is music. And you're not going to find too many people that are around me in a close proximity on a frequent basis that'll tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, I love this shit for real. I love everything about it. I love waking up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning emailing DJs. I love when a motherfucker tell me no about something. No, we not finna play your record. Because I understand that as a for real artist and as a real creator, you need people that'll tell you no. And you need people that will block certain pathways for you on your journey.
Yeah.
To open up stuff down the road. It wasn't meant for me to have that at this time. It wasn't meant for me to be connected with this dude on this platform at that time. But then moving forward, that door is going to open. And I operate with that mentality on a daily basis. And it helps me out as an artist because I understand from a spiritual aspect, as long as I can continue to move a certain way and be in a certain pocket of a vibration, everything that's in my mind and everything that I exert energy towards is mine already. I just got to go out there and get it. So when I wake up every day and I put my feet on the floor, I'm thinking about how I'm finna go out there and get this shit today.
Hey, that's real. That's real. That's real. That's real. Like that. I need you to stop going these long ass soliloquies, leaving me over here speechless. That's what I need you to do. But I want to talk a little bit more about Ghost. Okay, so and this young Ghost. Okay. So you graduate high school. So what prompted that move?
To be honest, it was a leap of faith, kinda. I got booked in 2007. The NBA All-Star Weekend was in Vegas.
Okay.
And I got booked in Vegas to perform at the MGM Grand. Shout out to the homeboy Slim, Loose Cannon. Slim was there, Jermaine Dupri, Nelly was there, all of the Lunatics, and all that kind of stuff. So we do the show, we rock out, and then it was just one of them things where being a St. Louis nigga and never living outside of St. Louis anywhere else, you know, I fell in love with you. Like, if you've never been to California, you're gonna fall in love with just the aesthetics.
Just the aesthetics. when I graduated high school, I went out to the military. Then I came back, and then I did move to California for a little while. Me and my best friend at the time, we thought we was gonna be movie stars. So we decided to take a leap of faith, just like you did, and move to California. Obviously, it didn't work out for us, but I get that sentiment when you get there and you start connecting with people. It's definitely the aesthetics.
Yeah,
it is bright. It's sunny. It's not King's Highway, I mean, you know what I'm saying? No shade, but it's so much different. Like, the people are different.
Yes.
They see, and I think a lot of this is because of what they see out there. They see Hollywood.
Dig.
You know what I mean? Like, we see it on TV, but we dream of it. They see it, and they know that they can achieve it because, goddamn it, it's 4 miles down the road.
Facts.
So they are of a different mindset than we are here.
Yeah.
And you will fall in love with that. You will. I did.
It's very easy to. It was very, like, and everything that you just said is true. Like, just the people are different. The vibe of the people, the way people talk to you and approach you is different. And you feel it. Like, damn, y'all, you cool. It ain't no, you asking for direction. You ask somebody for directions here, they fuck around like, man, I don't know
like what you want. Right.
But you ask me, oh, sure, man. You just go around to the left, right there by the beach, a few blocks down, buddy. Hey, we're headed that way. If you want to follow us, you can come on. I'm like, damn, that's all.
They are very fucking friendly, very, very friendly, but genuine friendly. I mean, I would imagine there are some bad apples. There are everywhere, but I can honestly say that the people that I came in contact while I was there, trying to do whatever I was doing, they seemed genuine.
Fact.
They seemed to understand that I didn't know what the fuck I was jumping into, and I could get in trouble. Mm-hmm. So they kind of was like, you don't want to go there, or you know what I mean. So it was real cool out there, and you can fall in love with that whole vibe.
You can.
So I get that.
And then just like how you were saying, like, I mean, you got to be built a certain way, but if you living in California and you close to the big Hollywood sign, and you trying to be an actor, you trying to be an entertainer, you trying to be an artist, if you continually waking up and you seeing this Hollywood sign, just from the time you open your eyes, it's a different level of motivation.
Yes, because it's right there.
It's right. It's like you can touch it.
Yeah.
You can touch it.
Yeah.
I just gotta get closer to put a finger on it. If I can put a finger on it, I can put another finger, then I can put a whole hand and grab it. It's a different mentality just being there, man.
Yeah.
I do miss a lot of aspects of it, but it just wasn't for me at the time. I did end up getting a label deal. Not a label deal, but a label meeting with Warner Brothers. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Black, Delaney Roberts with Toons World. They gave me a look. They brought me in for a meeting. Unfortunately, at the time, I was still a little rambunctious running in the streets, and I was considered more of a liability than an asset.
Okay.
And not even a full 2 years later, I was sitting in the penitentiary looking at 10 years. So one could make the argument that Kevin Black was right at the time, and then next thing you know, I'm sitting in jails watching Rick Ross and Maybach Music Group get a label deal with Warner Brothers, because at the time Warner Brothers didn't have a hip hop division. Rick Ross and Maybach Music Group was the first artist they signed. But prior to that,
they was looking at you.
I was the one sitting in their office. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I done been on this journey, homie. I done been to the penitentiary and back with this shit, bro. I done been across the country and back with this shit.
I don't want to talk a lot about penitentiary. I'm not even going to ask you how you ended up there. But what I do want to ask you is, during your time there, what kept you... Because, I mean, let's call a spade what a spade is. Penitentiary is a different lifestyle. And it can take you places I can only imagine. I've never been. But, like, what kept you grounded and, still, I guess, focused on what you had to do or what you wanted to do?
Music.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it?
Music. Just the knowledge that no matter how many times y'all put me in solitary confinement, you're going to always put me in there with some kind of writing material and even a little bitty rubber flex pen. So I'm going to always, no matter where y'all throw me, even though while y'all got my body in these shackles or in this building and behind these bars, you can never take my ability to write, think, or create or imagine. And I just made sure that every opportunity I got, everything that I saw, everything that I imagined, everything that I felt, I tried to be conscious of writing it down, because that was the voice that I had. Even if nobody else ever read it, it was my voice. And I knew that there was gonna come a time years later, maybe even today, I was gonna read back over, that stuff and read where my head was at the time and what my dreams were and what my goals were. And I knew that if I did it the right way, I would be able to sit back and say, hey, I didn't accomplish 8 out of these 10 goals.
Yeah.
And I have. Pretty much every goal I set while I was in the penitentiary writing down in this notebook, I've achieved it since I've been home, and then some.
What type of stuff did you write about?
I wanted to get my song on the radio, and I did that with my very first song called What Up, right out the gate. I touched St. Louis March 1st, 2019. My birthday is May 26th. What Up was on the radio prior to my birthday. So that in itself was a huge win for me, because I'm looking at it like I was just gone for 10 years, and then the very first song that I recorded in less than 2 months is on national radio. It don't matter how it got there. It don't matter what strings I pulled to get it there. What calls I made, I got it there.
It was there.
So I knew then, as soon as I came home and that happened, like, okay, I got a shot. I got a legit, for real shot. I can do this. With the people I know, with my skill set, with my hunger, with my mentality, with the passion I got, and the fact that I was where I was for so long. Hey man, I'm not taking no L's. I'm not taking no more. I didn't took 20 years worth of L's. I'm not taking no more. So I mean, music was always something that just, I mean, let's just keep it a buck, bro. Like, you're gonna have people in their nook that don't feel they can make it. And I do have some partners that lost their life and took their own life in there. I was determined to not be one of them people, but the only way I could do it and the only way I could stay sane was write my thoughts out, purge my thoughts. Whatever thoughts that I had, the billion thoughts that I had swirling in my head, I got to take some of them out and put it on this paper so my head don't explode. And then next thing you know, I'm writing for 2-3 hours at a time, and I got all of these goals, and time has passed, and oh shit, I got 6 months later. Well shit, now it's time to execute. And we execute.
So when you did get out, did you come immediately back here to St. Louis?
No, my parole officer, shout out to Miss Walker, Miss Keely Walker, thank you, Miss Walker. She let me stay up in Kansas City where my daughter was and her mom for a couple of days. So I, spend time with my kid and stuff for a couple of days. And then once that was over, it was time to come here, report to her, went and reported to her, and got to work, bro. Got to work. I was in the studio probably a week. Like, I gave it a week. No, it was like a week and a half, because I just got the memory on Facebook. It was March 12th, 2019. So I came to St. Louis March 1st, 2019, and by March 12th I was already in the studio recording. So, I took that little week after being gone for 10 years. I mean, and went to it.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. Like, but a lot of other people, they've been in that position, but they want to take a month, 2 months, 3 months.
And that what is the perfect segue to where I was finna go with this next. Aside from you taking off that week, like, how was the reception of you getting back? Because I can only imagine you have been gone for over 10 years at this point, because you left a little bit earlier to go to California and all this stuff. So when you come back to the city, how was your reception after, one, being gone for over 10 years, and for two, not even doing nothing musically for the past 10 years?
It was a little hard, but it wasn't, because even when I was living in California, I was still jumping back and forth. And I had a couple of songs. One of them was called St. Louis Love. Shout out to the homeboy, legendary DJ Snow. I had a song called St. Louis Love, and it was hot around the time with like Nelly and Baby Huey was going, rest in peace Huey. They was going through their little beef, old St. Louis, new St. Louis. And I came up with a strategic song called St. Louis Love, basically talking about there's no old St. Louis, there's new St. Louis, we all St. Louis, might as well get used to it. And I just kind of strategically went through the song and name dropped people who were hot at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Natural Bridge and King's Highway with King Kong in my trunk, loving my city like Spade Ripper, always what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just basically giving everybody they roses in the form of a song. And, people who knew me, it was like, oh shit, this nigga goes back. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
But then, of course, it was a lot of people, because I was gone a long time. So,
right.
There was a lot of people that wasn't hip to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, goddamn it, they know,
came
they know what
out.
it is now. They know what it is now.
Yeah.
And I'm still waking people up daily, but that's cool. I keep alarm clocks handy.
That's why I love talking to hip hop artists and lyricists. I'll go ahead and throw you in there. Because even like I said, your natural conversation, the way you just said that, like you see how you had me over here like, wait a minute, like I don't even know how to respond to this shit. Like I keep alarm clocks handy. Like what the fuck? I don't know if I could have said some slick ass shit like that. Like it was slick, but at the same time it wasn't like disrespectful slick. It was like, oh, okay.
I mean, doing this, no matter if you in this game, if you in this rap thing, you want to be a rapper. Like the reality of it is, you gotta have a certain swag.
Yes.
You gotta have a certain way you move. You gotta have a certain, I call it a certain about you. You know what I'm saying? Like the French may call it je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, more layman's terms, the it factor.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta have something that separates yourself. It might be the way you talk, might be the way you walk, it might be your dialect, it might be the way you string words together. But it's not too many times somebody gonna have a conversation with me versus other artists, and you're gonna get the same thing in both conversations. I'm gonna bring something different to the table. I'm gonna say something different.
Correct.
But I'm conscious of that though too sometimes. Yeah. Like, because you have to, once you're an artist, everything that you do almost, it has to be in the form of trying and to continue to separate yourself from other artists so you continue to stand out. Mm-hmm. If I know that most other artists come into interviews and every single thing out their mouth is a cuss word, well, I'm gonna scale back my cuss word so my interview stands out. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same, man. Like, you just gotta have a certain swag about you, though.
Yeah. You know what? And I asked you that for you to explain it to them.
Yes, folks.
You know what I'm saying? I do a little something behind the camera. So, but no. But seriously. So you come back, you jump immediately into the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put that song out.
Yep.
All right. So what comes, I guess, next? Like, and without being too intrusive, like, what's the day-to-day grind for you at that point?
At that point, the day-to-day grind was like, once I put the song out, well, now you got to get as much notice as you can to the song. I'm fresh home, didn't even have a job yet, so my funds are limited, my budget is limited, but you can't let that stop you. So now as an artist, you have to think of different ways outside of the box to get this in the hands of DJs, to get this in front of people. To put yourself in a position of where somebody can get ears on this song. It might be social media. It might be, downtown, one of my studios. A lot of times on the corner when it would be warmer outside, they had guys out there barbecuing off of Washington or something like that. They had a little speaker, or something like that. Well, hey bro, instead of I buy 2 hot dogs from you and give you another $5 if you just play this song one time. Then next thing you know, boom, for $5 they done played my song, but 15-20 people asking who that is. So now I look at it, for $5 I done just got 20 people hip. Correct. To what I'm doing. And when I can equate and calculate and formulate things like that in my head, I can find strategies to continue moving forward. And once I find those strategies, I ping them. So I do little stuff like that. I always think of outside the box ways. Of course, you're going to post on social media, stuff like that. I try to take any and every opportunity that I think is advantageous. Even if the platform is small, if the person or the people behind the platforms have good intentions and they hustlers and they true grinders, and I know that they finna push and they finna work like I'm working, well, we finna make it happen. So usually my day-to-day is calling people like Nook, you know what I'm saying, or messaging people like Nook, trying to get booked for stuff, hollering at DJs, is posting on social media, is being out at certain events. It might be a celebrity guest judge at the spot for a talent show. I'm finna be there. It might be another artist calling me for a cameo in a video. If I know that this artist is really working and they really finna push this video, I'm finna do it. So my day-to-day grind is just, it's literally music from the time I wake up. I'm on the phone talking to DJs. I'm on the phone talking to publicists. I'm on the phone talking to promoters in different cities who own different venues, trying to see what it would take to hook up potential tours and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I try to do everything to kind of get my ducks in a row. And even though I didn't have the resources at the time, I knew they were coming.
Okay.
I knew they were coming because I prayed for that and I asked for that, and I've been moving right in accordance to make sure I get that. So I knew it was coming. So what I got to do is make sure that everything is in play before that. And now that that time is here, you know, I got my shit, my ducks is in a row. And I'm ready to start traveling. I'm ready to hit up out the city, and I'm ready to get on even bigger platforms across the country. And that's what we finna do. So my day-to-day grind is just that. It's a grind. I literally am music from the time I open my eyes, from the time I close them. And then I'm still finna get back up at 2:30, 3 o'clock and go write for 30 minutes just because I had some bars in my head.
You write every day?
I write every day some kind of way. It might be one line, it might be a verse, or it might be 4 songs in a day. I'm gonna write something some kind of way. It might just be a thought. It might be a phrase such as, I keep alarm clocks handy to wake people up. Now I can put that in a clever way to actually put that in a rap somewhere down the line. So I'll say some shit off the top of my head and I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, being conscious of.
Yeah.
And it might sound slick, as you call it. You know,
that was some slick shit.
I kind of like that.
But I fucks with it though.
And
like,
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
And now when you hear it in the rap, you gonna, he was on my show when he came up.
You got that right. When I say I'm gonna post the whole clip, hey,
this is where it originated.
Right there. Original content.
You can't get no more. You can't get no more original.
All right, so I want to back up just a little bit. So tell me about the first time you did a show, and I'm not talking about Young Ghost doing open mics because I'm sure that's what he was doing. I want to know the first time Ghost X314 did a show.
It was Club Diamonds.
Okay.
It was a club called Diamonds. Shout out to the homeboy DV Hendrix. Shout out to the homegirl Slick MC. It was Club Diamond, and it was like just a little local thing. Just kind of come in there and turn up, do what you can type of shit.
Yeah.
And that was my first show. Went, killed the show. Next thing you know, a few people trying to holler, da-da-da-da. And then, as wham, wham, whoop, whappy wop, you know what I'm saying? Whoopty whoop, whoppy whoop. And then as an artist, once you start moving in a certain vibration, shit just falls in place. And it's hard to really explain if somebody is not in tune or they don't understand because it just sounds foreign. But when us as human beings, when we say, man, I'm just in a groove, man, everything is click, you're not in a groove, you're in a vibration. You're in a space where whatever blocks that you had mentally or spiritually or whatever, you some kind of way found a way to remove them. Now that those blocks are gone, it's almost like a levee.
Yeah.
You had that wall blocking that flow. Now that you found a way to remove that block, now you flowing. Now you in that rhythm. Now you in that groove. But it's actually just a vibration. What you and I having is a vibration. And as long as you talk to me a certain way and you keep giving me a certain energy, my energy is going to be this. And we continue to stay in that vibration. But the moment you deviate or I deviate, the vibrations are lower and it changes.
Yeah.
Now everything moving forward changes.
Yeah.
So if you have that idea and that ideology and that understanding as an artist and as a creator, there's nothing that you can't attain. There's nothing that you can't create. And I move like that. Like I understand that this is way bigger than just writing some words and going to record them. This is like a spiritual thing. This is the universe thing. This is, every single person that's watching, please, I want y'all to understand this right now. Every single one of y'all that's watching this, you've had the thought that you want to be a millionaire. It's not impossible. I don't care what your circumstances are. You can be a millionaire. But you have to apply the certain mindset. You have to apply it in your spirit. You have to feel that you're going to be a millionaire. And I got a friend of mine Shout out to my homegirl Mocha Latte. Shout out to Big Sis. She told me this. She said that I was telling her one day, I was like, man, Mocha, I'm just trying to make it and it's just rough and I need the money. You know, I just need the funds to push more. I'm just feel like a broke ass nigga. She's like, you're not a broke ass nigga. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, how? I ain't got no money. She was like, that's what it is. You don't have the money. A broke ass nigga, that's a mentality.
I have to agree.
A broke ass nigga is finna be lazy. He ain't finna have no hustle. He ain't finna have no get up about it. He finna move all fucked up. He finna move all fucked up. And she said, Ghost, you move like a boss. You move like a hustler. You just don't have the money. And that changed the way I thought and looked at certain things. Mm-hmm. And moving forward, it's like if you understand where you trying to go, and you understand how you can get there, all it's gonna take is being who you are. If you wake up in the morning, your first thoughts cannot be, who can I scheme? Who can I manipulate? Your blessings are blocked from the moment you open your eyes. But if you can move to where what you doing is pure, no matter how you go about doing it, that block that you had, your vibrations are gonna raise. That levee is just finna fall. And then that stream is just finna flow. And then next thing you know, it seems like everything is firing on all cylinders. Your phone is ringing. Text is going off. People want you for this. People want you for that. People calling you for features. People calling you for cameos, appearances on podcasts or whatever. It's a vibration that you got to be in. But to be an artist, a true artist, you have to understand that to be an artist, you're also a creator. So to create, homie, you can create whatever you want your reality to be. You can create that. You have to know that you can create it. And then faith without works is also dead. So you have to put forth the work.
Yes.
And then I don't want the religious people to get on me, but when I hear the term faith without works is dead, as an artist, you're going to always hear, quote, trust the process.
Okay.
Well, my faith is trusting the process. My works is my grind on the day to day. So I got the faith in this process that all of this work and all of this grinding I'm doing is going to pay off. There's my faith. And then here's my work. And then on the inside here and on the inside here, I'm equipped to know that I'm somebody special. I'm not your average motherfucker walking the street. Once you know that, your vibrations are up. You fire on all cylinders, bro.
Facts. I can definitely speak to that. I mean, even doing what I do, when I first started out, I was not as confident as I am now. So I'm not going to say I felt like, I wasn't going to make it or nothing like that. But there were times where I could have just been like, you know what, fuck this shit and cut these lights off and be like, you know what, I only did 2 or 3 episodes. Fuck it. But when I pushed through it, season 1, pushed through season 2, and now going into season 3, that's this water. Season 3, I feel like I'm on that vibration that you spoke of. Like, I feel like things are falling in line. I mean, goddamn me, I got a Ghost X314. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, exactly. Before I even came on, remember I told you, I been saw you, but I was like, I don't know if he gonna fuck with me. So, and that might have just been me in my own head. Yeah. In my own head. But I'm telling you now, I'm reaching out to whoever. Hey, I feel like I have a presence, and I'm me. Goddamn me. I can't have behind nothing no more. I got to, or else I won't grow.
You will not grow.
I won't grow.
And growth, and especially as an artist, especially in business, a businessman, a CEO, an entrepreneur, growth is a necessity. You can't start a business and be successful if there's no growth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be a human being that's 10 years old and never hit 11 or 12 and expect growth. You always have to grow.
Yes.
And if you're not growing naturally, I think it's incumbent upon that person, no matter who they are or what they do, to find a way to grow. Whether it be self-help, whether it be therapy, whether it be learning a new trade, whether it be trying a new hairstyle. Yeah. You have to learn how to place yourself in the position for growth.
Now I want to talk about something else. Now I hope I didn't lose it. Wait. Okay, so damn it, I think I did lose it. Hold on. What was we just talking about? Growth. Damn it. I'm gonna come back to it.
You're talking about the vibrations and growth and all the.
Damn it! I knew it. I didn't want to cut you off while you was talking.
You wasn't confident at first, but you grew into it.
I did. Shit, because I wanted to. I don't normally ask people about scenarios, but I wanted to get your intake on it. This certain scenario, fuck. Oh my god, it's gonna come back here.
It's gonna come back. It's on the tip of his tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I swear, it's gonna come back to me. But okay, so now I want to talk about, I guess, what's upcoming for you in the next, I guess, couple of months.
I got a couple. I
still think about this in my mind. Go ahead.
I got a couple of things panned out with the homeboy Rosewood. Shout out to the homeboy Rosewood Productions, one of the dopest producers in the city. Him and my homeboy Hazy P. Shout out to Sensei Hazy P. I see you, homie. We working on a project right now, the Killer Cypher Part 2. And then Rosewood and we're working on a solo project that's going to have a video included. The 20th of this month, I'm hopping on a plane. I'm out of here to Dallas for a couple of days, and then we're shooting up to Oklahoma City for a show in Oklahoma City. I'll be back like the 26th. I'll be back here in St. Louis for a couple weeks, and then we off to Atlanta and potentially Chicago and LA after.
Okay.
It's time to move, bro.
Okay.
It's time to move. It's time to move. Again, back to the vibrations, man.
Yeah.
For so long, I've been praying for help. I've been moving in the vibration of wanting help and asking the universe to send me some people that see my talent, they recognize my passion, and they see the star. And everybody that was approaching me, prior to them, they wasn't doing what they said, what I'm saying, what they would say they was gonna do. And I'm the type of nigga, I ain't got no time to wait on nobody. I'm not finna wait on nobody. So yeah, I might sign this little contract and you say, okay, but I'm still finna do me. Now, I'm finna let it ride and let you do you until I see that you ain't doing what's supposed to be done and I'm still the only one working. Well, then now we got an issue. Because what's the point of me being aligned with you if I'm still the only one working? So I've seen too many of that in this city. So I just moved how I move. And then here come these people like, hey, homie, you dope as fuck. Why you ain't been snatched up? Well, because shit, I'm in the city where, people want to hear about popping Zans and spinning a block. You know what I'm saying? And like, nah, bro, you a star. You need to, you bigger than St. Louis. We'll do something about it. And they did.
So, okay, so, and this is, I normally don't do this, but
come on with it.
I don't think this is what I wanted to talk about, but I want to talk about it now since it's fresh and I'm not gonna forget it. So I had a young man on the show. So when we started the conversation, and I'm not gonna say your name, but anyway, I think he wanted to talk about that, in the streets and AR this and
why.
So when we was having our conversation, like you see how I ask you very simple, easy questions and you just da-da-da-da. I don't expect that from everybody, but I do expect there to be a rapport, a conversation, and you should be doing way more talking than I'm doing. So it seemed like when I asked him certain questions, he was very yes, no, real quick answers. But then once we was off camera, he was very talkative, but I don't want to use the term negative, but I just want to say I don't think it was the type of content that, for one, I wanted to talk about, or for two, that I feel like my audience would have wanted to hear. So my question to you is, in situations like that, how much do you compromise? Because I only ask this because you've been in the game a while, so I'm sure you've faced situations where a motherfucker might have said, hey, if you do this and this, and you think to yourself, like, maybe if I do, you know what I mean? So like, to you, how do you know when and when not to compromise? And I know that's a big question, but I want your answer.
It's not. My spirit to tell me, my instincts to tell me. And it's funny you said that because I had a guy. He runs a platform, a known platform. I ain't gonna put him out there neither.
Please don't do it.
Because I thought it was kind of goofy that he asked me to do that. But he suggested that I basically start a beef with one of the younger rappers because that's kind of the thing that's trending on a lot of these St. Louis blog platforms is rapper beefs and I'm like, hold on, nigga.
He did want to talk a lot about that.
Yeah,
he did, and I, you know, like you can even tell from our conversation. I even before we even got on camera, that ain't what I do.
Yeah.
I don't,
and it shouldn't.
I don't even want to know really. I don't even want to know, and let alone talk about. Like I just feel like it's, and that's what I even told him. I'm like, dude, I feel like it's so much more to you than that. Because again, I talk. That's what I do. I talk. So I listen to how people talk, the way they talk, and all that type of stuff, and I can just tell that it's so much more that he might want to say. But for the image that he wants to put out, he feel like he got to go their way with it, and it's. I just wanted to say that. I know I promise it's about you, but I just wanted to say that.
Look, artists, I'm gonna get every time y'all see me on the interview, I always try to get some piece of game. First off, if you trying to portray that you somebody that you not, what's done in the dark gonna come to the light. You know, it's gonna be somebody that you in a position where you can be exposed. But if you moving how you authentically move and who your genuine self is, there's nothing for anybody to expose. I understand that a lot of the younger rappers, they call themselves riding a wave, you know, with the whole type of stuff they doing, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And that's, you know, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I can't speak on that.
Right.
I can only speak on what feeds my spirit. And what feeds my spirit and what keeps me at a high vibration is not resorting back to the things I was doing when I was in the negative vibration. Because that's going to lower my vibration. And then what that's going to do is if I allow my vibration to be lowered, now I've created another block. Now that rhythm that I was in, that's when you hit them points where it's like, damn, man, it seems like can't nothing go right.
Can't nothing go right, yeah.
Because you got that block there, homie. Because you got people around you or you got a situation around you that you know that you're supposed to be away from, but you keep allowing it to rotate around you. If I understand too from a business standpoint, I've been in the situation already where who I was in the street stopped me from moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I've already been there. I've seen. This man Kevin Black looked me in. He said, "Look, you have raw talent.
Yeah.
But we believe that you are more liability than an asset." And of course, I'm young and I know what the words meant. Yes. I'm like, man, y'all talking about I'm hot. I had that whole thing going too. Yeah. And then not even 2 years later, I'm sitting in prison. I'm like, man, they was right. So I mean, it's like artists can of course do what they want.
Yeah. But
you gotta understand that number one, the reality of it is, this drill stuff and all of that, it's all part of the culture. And what happens with this culture, music, entertainment, fashion, it continually rotates. It continually revolves. Same way mumble rap just a couple of years ago was popping. Now you don't hear no mumble rappers.
True.
Drill music is popping now. Well, people like J. Cole and Kendrick, they about to drop new albums. Eminem's working on a new album.
It's gonna be back to lyrics.
Exactly.
It's gonna be back to lyrics.
So as an artist, that was one of the things I did too while I was gone. Even though I'm gone away and I'm miles away in Kansas, I'm keeping my ear to the bricks. Who's hot?
Yeah.
I'm listening. Hey, put the phone to the radio while you ride, so I can kind of hear the vibrations of what's going on in the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily listening to what they talking about.
Right.
Because I know I'm not going to talk about what y'all talking about. But I at least want to hear the sounds of the music, the tones of the music. Are you niggas rapping with auto-tune? Are you rapping fast? Are you rapping staccato? Are you rapping slow and staggered? I want to hear all of that.
Yeah.
And so it would help me devise a plan, But artists that want to continually stay in those low vibrations and talk about certain negative things, the more you talk about negative, the more you feed into the negative, the more negative becomes you, man. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, even if you putting out good music, homie, you negative on the inside. So when you approach people like Nook, they gonna feel it. They gonna see it on you. Yeah, you finna get this interview off, but I guarantee you by the time that camera cut off, homie didn't like your vibe.
I'm not gonna say I didn't like his vibe. Because he was a very cool guy. I call him a cool guy. I can't call him a nice guy, but he was a cool guy. But it just was. I think we had different ideas of what the interview was gonna be, and
that's his fault. That's the reality, bro. If you're an artist and you're on a platform,
yes,
there's no. If you were a promoter and you said, "Hey, Ghost, I want you to do this show." One of the first things I'm gonna ask you
who
is,
else gonna be there?
No, I'm not gonna ask you how long is my set. How long do you need me to do?
Okay.
What kind of crowd you expecting? What time do you need me to be there? What time is sound check? And then I might ask you who's gonna be there.
Okay.
But I want to clear up and get everything out the way on what my expectations are. What you have of me by asking me to be on this show. I'm gonna take care of that, and then the other stuff I might ask.
Yeah.
You know, but as an artist, you gotta know the situation you walking into. If I would have came to Please Advise and it was a podcast about farming and farming material, and then you start talking about farm stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, well, that's on me. I should have done my due diligence, because you did your due diligence on the artist that you requested to be on the show.
I did. I do. That's why I very, very seldomly take requests, and not because I feel like I'm too good, not at all, but only because and I don't want to sound too arrogant, I'm sorry, but I want to talk to who I want to talk to.
Is this your show or not?
It is.
Huh?
It is.
All right, then. So you got that right.
But I don't want to. What I don't want to do is have somebody come on and I welcome it to the show, and then we staring at each other because we don't relate or even know how to talk to each other. You know what I mean? So I want to talk to who I want to talk to. For one, I do listen to the artist's music. I'm not gonna say I listen to every single song and jam it, like that. But I listen to their music. I pay attention to what they post socially, because that's all I can pay attention to. And if I know somebody who may know them, I may ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. But at the same time, some people I know I probably, even if they reach out to me, I probably won't talk to them. Only because either the subject matter of what they're talking about I doesn't talk to me, or just because the type of person or the type of moves they make. Like, it's certain artists on social media, they make all these posts and they so negative. And when I listen to their music, it sounds decent. But when I look at the person, I'm like, I don't know if I want you in my house, because I gotta feel safe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like, but I have to think like, am I blocking my shit by not?
No, because at the end of the day, you're still protecting your peace and you're still protecting your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not blocked. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, your blessings do not.
I know I just went on a whole tangent, but I mean,
Nah, bro, your blessings don't get blocked for putting provisions in place to protect those future blessings. Does that make sense?
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it does. Like, no, because your spirit knows, our creator knows that this person does not make you feel good. And on the inside, or whether it be meant, when this person comes around, because when a person is negative, it sucks on you. You know what I'm saying? And once you start feeling that, you have every right to be like, hey, you know what, homie? Hey, bro, I don't know what this is about you, bro. And I'm the type of nigga that'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, homie, I don't know you for real. We ain't never had, but it's something. You got something on your spirit, homie. I don't want no parts of that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you got going on, bro, but you need to move around for me, bro. Or I'll go move around.
Yeah.
Because I don't want nothing that you got going. Because if I allow you in my space, now exactly what I felt that you had on the inside, now we ride in the car. Man, I'm so sick of this shit. Well, there goes the negative. Now how long? Now I've let you in this space.
Yeah.
But now how long am I going to let you stay in this space and just continue to throw negative and feed negative? Even though it's not negative to me specifically.
Right.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
And if I hear it so much, even if you're not saying my name involved in it, it's finna infiltrate me too. And then that's when you get instances where somebody, quote, rubbed off on you. Or such and such rubbing off on me, man. That's why I try to only place myself around people, that have a goal and that understand where they're going, and people that move in a certain light and a certain positivity. Because that's, if anything finna rub off on me, I want that to rub off on me. If you a hustler, if you a gritter, and you allow me in your space to soak up some game from you, that's what I want to rub off on me. If you a good person and you good people, and that's what people know you for, you authentic and you genuine, that's what I want to rub off on me. But all of that negative and, man, fuck this nigga, da-da-da. Yeah, I got niggas that I don't like. But
we all do.
Yeah. But you can't spend every single day worrying about the niggas that you don't like, because now you spending too much time being negative, and now you spending too much time feeding your spirit negativity, and now you spending too much time putting up that block right there that's finna stop your flow and stop your blessings. I ain't finna do it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing that with me, because I like your conversation, and you speak from a place of wisdom. Yeah, I can tell. So and that's why I asked you that, because I really wanted to know. Normally I probably would have asked you that off screen, but I wanted them to hear me ask that, so that way they know, listen, I'm a real motherfucker too. Sometimes I have my own insecurities. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I need guidance. You know what I mean? And it's nice to have somebody that you can ask those types of questions to. So thank you for sharing that.
Hey man, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you.
I mean, this shit just, like back how you was talking about like the artist dude, like, in my opinion, if you say that you want to be an artist and you say that this is something that you want to do, you got to be equipped on all aspects of it. So for instance, you give him an interview and you say like, y'all just kind of staring at each other, he don't really want to, it's just a yes or no.
Yeah.
I look at stuff like, okay homie, well what if you was doing a show and something just happened to your music, you just finna stop? Well no, I'm finna keep going. Well, do that with an interview. That's part of being an artist.
Yeah.
Part of being an artist is finding ways, when sometimes things fall or break apart. If I'm a carpenter and I build houses, if this one beam don't work and we can't find another beam, well, as a carpenter, I need to find another. Maybe I need to put two different beams up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to figure that out.
Right.
And artists, like how you talking about, to me, he would just come across as an artist that don't want to take the time to figure it out. Because it's more to being an artist. It's far more than just writing raps and recording it. It's far more. You got to know how to conduct yourself. You got to know how to give a proper interview. You got to be disciplined. You got to show up on time. You got to, come across a certain way on certain platforms. You got to know what platforms you can talk your shit on and what platforms you need to clean it up on. You got to know what platforms you can come and slouch in the chair versus some platforms you need to sit upright.
Yeah.
Because some platforms are going to be more hood and more relaxed.
Right.
You can get that off there.
And he could have talked his shit, but I need you to do more than just talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need just a little bit more than that.
I mean, even when you taking a shit, it's shit, but your substance is the toilet paper that's gonna clean that shit up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even when you popping your shit and talking your shit, you still gotta have substance.
Yes.
To clean up that shit that you're talking.
And know how to speak to that substance.
Exactly. But I mean, hey, it's not on Nook to help an artist who don't understand that. Only thing that you can try to do is, if you felt like doing it, maybe pull that artist to the side, like, hey, I'm just speaking from. We
definitely had a conversation.
Maybe next time you might want to do this, but then you get into a tricky game because most people ain't finna take that.
That's another conversation, but yes, but yes.
Speaking from experience,
but yes. So, but no, seriously, I definitely want to thank you for coming through today. I think you have. You have been an amazing guest.
We done?
No, we're not done.
I'm finna say, I was finna be mad.
Not just yet. But no, before we do wrap up though, I do want to give you time to shout out everything, everywhere, where everybody can find you. For real, the spotlight is on you, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna listen to you talk to the people.
Well, folks. Hey, dig this. Hey, I know we've been up here, we've been kicking it. Please advise, I am a goofy motherfucker in real life. But check this out, man. Y'all know who it is, man. Your boy Ghost 314, Mr. himself. You can find me on Instagram at Ghost_X314. You can find me on Facebook. I got 2 pages on Facebook, Brandon Long, James St. Louis, and yes, Brandon Long is my government. I got a criminal history, so it's public record. I don't care. You can find me on TikTok at GhostX314. Other than that, man, y'all know what I do, man. Catch me in traffic. Catch me on the bricks. Catch me at the next show. Catch me at the next cipher. Catch me anywhere where it's supposed to be rappers that got bars. 9 times out of 10, I'm finna be there. Look for the Cardinal Bird. Look for the 314. Just look for the fly chunky nigga. You can't miss me, man. You can't miss me.
Listen, as far as intro, outro, my nigga, you got all that. I ain't even got nothing else to add. But I do want to remind everybody out there to please continue watching. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay tuned.
Hold on, wait a minute. We gotta turn the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now, until next time, stay tuned. All right. And then that's it. That's the show.